Hi guys, so I have a very interesting roundtable with Sverre, Stacy, and Breavis. Um, I asked Breavis about his meeting with Brian Smith, and you want to stay tuned to hear all the details. And then I also asked Stacy a top question. Uh, do you see yourself maybe in Brian's shoes? Because we all know that Stacy is a real farmer in the U.S. and he also owned quite a land in Arkansas. So I did ask him, if he can picture himself to be in Brian farm or also known as the Bohabol by many people. And you want to hear what he said? Then I also want to share, actually, Sabir share with us about GD meat. It can be very controversial, so you want to stay all the way until the end. Thank you. Let's go to the interview. Thank you, guys. Are you dog want your attention?
Yeah, no, she's my only
There you go.
my grandchild.
There you go.
So I written a list um, about when he's making a fool of himself. You have to make sure that
All right.
you have to make sure that your sheet is clean before you complain about others.
Yeah.
So I wrote a list here just from the top of my head. He's always claiming to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously don't.
Okay. So let me welcome Brevis here. Hello, Brevis. How are you? And
Hi Jimbo, hi Spear, hi Stacy. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me
Hey,
on.
Breavis.
good. Hey, Stacy. Did we wake you up too early, Stacy?
No. I get up early.
Oh, we now
Hold on.
appreciate it. We all have a different time zone here. It's
Yeah.
incredible. This is incredible. Anyway, so I welcome everybody here, and hopefully we can have a nice roundtable without fighting.
Oh yeah, we can.
But I believe everybody's a good here, so that's good. Uh, I'm not an expert on this stream yet, as you can see. I'm just trying to do the best I can here, and then I want everybody, you're free to share your opinion. I would just suggest those so we be respectful in terms even to Brian Smith and also to Geoff Mead. We just be respectful, on our, what we're gonna say, opinion though. All right, so let's not waste time. I wanna begin with this is what I'm gonna say first. This drama in Bohol between Jeff Jeff Mead and Brian Smith, right?
Hmm.
Is that your dog, Severe?
Yeah. Stop it, stupid.
Can you guys hear it though? Brevis, can you hear it?
It's kind of annoying.
How about Stacy?
Yeah, I can hear, but I'm just having a little hard time hearing because of Severe's dog. But I can hear him okay.
Okay, so and anyway, we can you can put it another room, Severe, your dog, or no?
There's somebody outside. She wants to kill or something.
Oh, okay, because it's hard to
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear.
hear, so anyway, let's give him some time. So you are getting famous, Brevis. You even have a fan now.
Oh, I know. I've got a couple of troll channels in my name and honor.
Oh, really? I did not know that. I did not know.
Yeah, there's a fake Breavis out there. There's actually a couple fake Breavis channels.
Oh, really? I did not know. See, sometimes people think that I know, watch a lot of channel. I don't. I don't even know. And then, with Brian Smith, there's a new channel I just noticed. It's not new. It's called A Foreigner Farmer Philippine Expos. Probably
Yes.
Stacy probably know that. I don't know who's that, but
I don't either. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea whose channel that is.
Anyway, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that, Severe. Thank you. All right. So when I'm saying this war between Geoff and Brian, for my opinion, I think Geoff is losing the war. This is my opinion. Geoff is losing the war between Geoff and Brian Smith. Why? Because when we watch if I were a new viewer and I was watching the two of them, I would see an angry old man, like just I don't know, so many like a profoundity coming from his mouth, and then talking about Brian Smith, and then you go watch Brian Smith video or channel, and he act like a teddy bear. he just go act like a teddy bear, sweet teddy bear. He doesn't curse. He just like be normal. So in my opinion, Geoff is losing the support. Majority. I mean, I'm not saying that. Of course, he has his loyal supporter, just like Brian Smith. But for newer, if somebody just go and glue, I think he's losing the support. Right now, I want to say this though. Do I think that Geoff was so stupid doing that? Of course not. He's doing that in some way. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. He's doing that because every time you go there, he's fighting with a new person. It could be Stacy. It could be with me. It could be with somebody else. It could be now with the mayor and other people. I have really no clue who are they. But always fighting with somebody. But what he's trying to do is just generate controversial because he cannot do like he's doing like 3 or 4 videos sometime in a day, and he cannot do all 3 video or 4 video. It's all about Brian. So that's why he tried to drag more people into to be controversial, and to get more more view. That's what my analysis. Anybody want to chime in? Go ahead.
Well, I actually got blocked from Geoff's channel today. I've been a moderator.
Wow.
He took me off as a moderator a couple weeks ago after I met him.
Yeah,
and,
you did mention that.
Today I officially got blocked today. Once again, I'm still a Jeffrey Mead supporter. I might be one of the only people who have actually met Ryan, Boss Hog, and GD Mead in person. Met them both last month. I still like GD Mead. I've always supported him. He definitely is coming off very angry because he is angry. He's extremely upset at Boss Hog for what he's done. And one, he scammed him out of money. And two, GD Mead's a pit bull. Like, once he gets going, he's not going to stop. So this is going to keep going on and on.
I tell you.
And as far as Boss Hog not cursing, not true. In person, off camera, he swore like a sailor. He's definitely got a potty mouth on him. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, but I think you're wrong with this pitbull bullshit because he's a chihuahua.
Right.
Yum 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 yum. It's only yum 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 yum. Like this. Stop it. Stop it.
I did say that there's a quote. The one has the loudest mouth is the weakest link.
Stop it.
So
And he telling everybody repeatedly. He telling when he's not. And he's not. He's not telling the truth. If he told the truth,
Right.
why isn't that first or the second lawyer having this case already? Because they never was there in the first place.
Well, these lawyers are taking his money. They're eating him alive. The first lawyer, he spent over $5,000 Australian on him, and the lawyer did a runner. He doesn't even return Geoff's phone calls anymore. These Filipino lawyers, they're gonna milk you 30,000 here, 20,000 here, and they're gonna just keep taking his money. But I think nothing's gonna happen. The mayor, the NBI, the PNP, nothing's gonna happen at all. Like none of these cases are gonna investigate them for the road or the fish ponds or stealing water rights. Like nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna work.
Just as I said, just as I told Jimbo, those permits and all of that. Ask every Filipino farmer you know. Ask them to show you permits. They don't have any.
There you go.
They don't have any permits.
There you go.
The farmer smacking up some hectares of corn or rice or whatever they grow. Go ask them. Do you have a business permit? You will have the Filipino salute. They look. What are you talking about?
Right.
Are you trying to be funny?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You know,
But GD Mead cannot set one set of rules for Brian Smith and have another set of rules for others. It have to be the same rules for everybody.
right. That's what I'm saying.
When the tough guy, GD Mead, he's so tough. You know, was he armed when he talked to you? He bragging about on another video. I think it was this expat channel, Talk Back Thailand thing. The same people. But he always was armed. In the Philippines, he is not allowed to be armed in the Philippines. You're not allowed to have any arms in the Philippines. As a foreigner, absolutely not.
That's not true at all. Foreigners can own weapons under certain circumstances.
No.
Basically, just the local police chief to sign off on it. If you've got a threat against you, I knew one guy in Surigao that he was involved in a land dispute, and he had threats against him, and the judge and police chiefs allowed him to carry a weapon.
Yeah, but according to the law, it's not. So GD Mead always refer to the law. So why is he breaking it? Another thing, all this bullshit, when he said he called the embassy in Australia about Brian's tax liens, all of that crap, you contact the embassy in Manila. If they did, the consulate in Cebu, which is under office of the embassy in Manila, they would know about it. So I believe, cannot prove it, of course, but GD Mead never make that call because he's a coward.
So he probably made the call, but nothing happened. It just went nowhere. These government officials on the other end, like they don't care. I mean, like they're not going to do anything. Like you can go there in person, they'll say, yeah, we'll do this, sir. Yes, sir. As soon as you walk out, they're back to playing with their phones. Nothing's going to happen. Like these people, they're not. He really thinks the Philippine government and justice system operates like New Zealand or Australia. he says he's been here so much time, but he really doesn't understand a lot of things, the way they work here. Yeah, it's like I met him in person, and I'm not going to divulge all the information that he told me in confidence and some of the conversations we had, but yeah, I was a little concerned that he just really doesn't understand the way Philippine government works. Like,
But you just said it. What he told you, what he is telling you, is most of the time 100% bullshit.
All right,
no,
guys.
he is going to these offices and he is talking with officials, but nothing's going to happen. They're just going to take his money, give him the time, and then he walks out and nothing is back to normal.
Yeah, maybe he was there. I'm not trying to defend Brian in any way. He's an asshole. I know that. But when J.D. Meade goes to an office, he said he was there. He said who he talked to, and he basically showed them, and that they will agree with him, and they should take care of it, and blah blah blah. How do we know that? We don't provide any evidence for that. Now he wants Brian to go there and provide evidence. You cannot have one rule for yourself and another rule for somebody else. You have to have.
Stacy, you want to say something? I want to give Stacy a chance. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just got a message from Charles Doc M. Is he behind camera right now? Because he's saying something about letting him in or something.
I will not let Doc M because I have said it. You have to let me know beforehand. I don't know Doc M, so this is not a live.
Okay.
This is a private chat. So it will be just 4 of us. I'm sorry.
Okay, but
Doc M should have contacted me before today. So.
Okay, I want to ask a quick question. Sverre brought up that lawyer, said it was fake. Now, how come if Geoff really paid that money, $5,000, and he took his money and ran, how come he took his money and ran? And sounds fishy to me. Y'all see what I'm saying? How come he took his money and run?
Never happened.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I figured that.
Never happened.
Do stuff like that. That's par for the course.
We sat in a meeting, just like we do now. There was a whole bunch of people, and I asked the question because he keep on rambling on this lawyer and this case and how he should take Brian down. I said, but do you have any communication with this lawyer? He said, no. Not even an email? Not even a text? Even if that lawyer was in hiding, as he said, because he had this assassination attempt, and that might be, it was in the paper, so that was maybe true. He would still have a phone, and we still have internet, and he would still have some clerks or something that running his errand around. So no contact. No. So I asked him, but what about it? Is it true? I doubt it. And he admitted it's not true. So that's why me, Doc, Gary, and a couple of others left. Because he is lying to our faces.
And then he trusts you guys. He trusts you guys. He call all kind of names. Like as a traitor. So
yeah. And all this. You have something. Cybercrime unit. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Read what the cybercrime unit do. They're not working for G.D. Meade. can tell you that much. I have some emails where he wrote, and the man is an idiot, obviously. He was sending his laptop to the cybercrime unit, he said, so they could examine it.
Yep.
But there was no problem because he had 4 more. If you hack somebody, you don't hack the computer, you hack the account. So it doesn't matter which one laptop you're using for logging on that account. The back door will still be open. You're not hacking a computer, you're hacking the account. But he don't know that. And that's why he shit his pants every time he's open his mouth.
But he always claims he's an expert. He's an expert on YouTube. He's an expert on the Philippines. He's an expert of even in Australia, in the world. You know, he's the godfather. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but most of the time he's wrong. Because it doesn't work that way.
Okay, let me ask Breavis though. Breavis, I forgot to ask you the first time. So you have said you have met Brian Smith, and you also have met Jeffrey Smith, right? So tell us about your meeting with Brian Smith. How does it? I heard you commented that you went there, you like setting up yourself as a prey or something like that. So you want to share how's your meeting? Your first meeting with? Is it your first meeting with Brian Smith?
Yeah, so I a few months ago on, I forget who's, Bonnie and Mike's channel, I inquired about buying a part of their land. I have no intention of buying a farm in Bohol. Let's clear that up. And I did it with the intent, because I'm blocked on Boss Hogg's channel. So I wanted to, use that as kind of like an in to get with Boss Hogg. And Bonnie and Mike, we went back and forth a couple times replying, but then that was it. They don't really post too much anymore. So my girl didn't live too far from Taliban Bohol. We were cruising around Bohol, and I said, let's go see Boss Hogg. So I went up there, drove, looked up MB Piggery on the map, went right up there, kind of got on his door and knocked on it, and he came out barefoot, kind of disheveled, looked like he had some of his breakfast, saving it on his shirt. There were beer bottles all over the place, big Red Horse Listo bottles everywhere.
Oh wow! What day is this? What day is this? Is this like a weekend thing?
I don't, Thursday. I think it was a Thursday.
Oh, so on the weekdays, and you were saying there's a lot of beer bottle of it.
Yeah, there were beer bottles up on the rooftop deck. Beer bottles just kind of laying around.
Oh, okay, that's kind of.
I was there for maybe 3 or 4 hours. Oh, funny thing. So when he took his phone out to show me something, it opened up to the Grinding Coconuts channel. So he was watching the Grinding Coconuts channel. He's definitely following it.
Well, he said he never watched other channel, right?
Oh, when he took his phone out to show me something and he opened it up, it was on YouTube on the Grinding Coconuts channel. So he is watching it. Yeah, we just talked about buying land, and like Maricel tried to sell me. At first, she seemed like she wanted to sell me the Bahamas. She's like, "Oh, well, we're going to be selling this farm," and I said, "Oh, this is, what are you doing?" And then it seemed like Boss Hogg doesn't want to sell the farm, but Maricel was kind of like opened that up. Tatai was there for a few hours. There weren't any workers. I was there almost 3 or 4 hours. Nothing was getting done. I mean, they were just kind of standing around, hanging out in the hammock, talking, chilling. Little Charlie was running around. So, and then we finally left, and, he offered, my girl had to use the CR, and he goes, "Yeah, you can use my CR if you need to." And she didn't want to, because, like, their house is pretty disgusting. It's not a clean place. There's cats and dogs inside and outside.
And
She's
then
very
your wife is a your girl is a Filipina, right?
correct. Yeah, she's from
And
Bohol.
she feel like she doesn't want to use the bathroom. That's
Yeah, she didn't want to use the bathroom. I was like, at first I didn't think about it. I was like, yeah, you can just use this, and Boss Hog offered, but she didn't want to. It
uh-huh.
was probably pretty dirty in there. I wouldn't want her sitting on the same toilet with Boss Hog sitting on it. Pretty gross. You have to go home and take a shower.
Okay.
But yeah, we talked, and he was definitely very polite and friendly to me when we were there. But he saw me as a mark, so he thought I was someone where he was going to sell some land to me, and he was going to make his cut, and I was going to be another foreigner out there buying land. And he was going to try to scam me. I played pretty innocent, like I'm new to the Philippines. I want to buy a farm, and he gave me his whole speech and talked about how he didn't really mention farming or like what's going on at the Bahavel. Like he wasn't like, oh, we're planting this, we're going to start this fish pond.
Uh-huh.
He kind of just, we talked politics a little bit, talked about back home in California. He didn't mention anything about the ice cream business. And he was just kind of buttering me up, trying to, thinking that he could get a commission off selling some land to me in the future. And
his interest is that like maybe you get you as an investor or sell you a land. I think Stacy want to chip in. Stacy want to say something?
Yeah, there's something else I'm wanting to ask. I don't forgot what I was wanting to ask. I got listening to Breavis and I forgot. But that's I really don't have much to ask. But there was so to Sverre. Yeah. When you brought up last time y'all did an interview, you brought up Geoff's wife being attacked. You remember saying that?
Tax.
You talking about when he sent that email, when that email was sent to him, that his wife was assaulted? See what I'm trying to figure out? Why did he bash me and Breavis and not you, Sverre? Do you have something kind of on Geoff? I mean, if you don't want to mention it, that's fine. But why did he bash me and Breavis? Breavis is a GD follower. He admitted it. But why did he bash us and skip you?
Because he don't dare to.
Yeah, but why bash Breavis when Breavis?
I will just grab his very small nuts and snap them right off.
Sverre, what got you into this? You've never been to the Philippines, correct? So I'm just curious how you got drawn into this, the whole farmer drama.
Because I said I don't like Brian, obviously, is a scammer and a thief, a grifter.
But I mean, in general, like
also an idiot. Well, he take advantage of people the way he do. I don't like it.
Okay, but my question is so there's lots of con men and scammers and lots of people we don't like, but how did you get involved in the Boss Hog drama? What's your tie to the Philippines? Like, you've never been here, correct?
No, I haven't. But I have contacts there. I talk to them every day.
Like chatmate?
Yeah, on Messenger, live video every day. So I know a great deal about it and how they do stuff.
Sverre is a smart man.
They are no different from the people on Bohol. Bohol is not an independent country. And farmers in the Philippines, they do it the same way. That's why I'm saying you can ask anyone, do you have permit for this, a permit for that? Ask GD Mead if he have a permit for his rice fields. If he have a water permit for the irrigation of the rice fields, which he's bragging about. Math skills, he's worse math skills than Brian.
Uh,
Listen
uh,
to the guy when he explained how much money you can make from rice fields on Bohol that he wanted to bribe the authorities with to give to a poor family so they could make a living. He don't know what he's talking about. Listen to that video where he explained how much is it worth and how he's so fucking out flying that I don't know if I want to cry or laugh.
yeah, he's that number is
It's,
hype up inflation like nobody have seen it.
it's basic math. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
made comments also, like when he did his kind of commentary on our interview, Jimbo. I made a mention that I'm $3,000 a month would put you in the top 1 or 2%, and he said that that would be the top 50% of the Philippines. So he said that 50% of Filipinos are living on more than $3,000 a month, and that he knows drivers just like that are making $3,000 a month, and he knows somebody who's rich, and they got 3 drivers, and he's paying them all $3,000 a month. So I actually went on some of the Philippine economic websites
That's not
and
true.
a Reddit thread, and I tried to figure out what if you make $3,000 a month, where would that put you in the Philippines? And I was right. It puts you in the top 1 or 2%, roughly 1.5th percentile. So GD Mead saying that half the Philippines live on more than $3,000 a month is, he's off.
Yeah.
That's my
But every time, as I say, when he opened his mouth, it's so exaggerating, and everything is about him. Just notice, it's about him, and he's a low. He have a retirement, a disability retirement, a disability pension in Australia. Look it up. See how much it is. It's not much with that guy. His wife is making the money in that family, not him.
Okay, well, I want to jump in before I forget.
I don't know, but his he pretends to be a tough guy, which he's not.
Let me jump in, Sabir. Okay, so before I forget, I do agree with Sabir and also Breavis. Your picture of the Philippine. Sabir was saying that as all the farmers in the Philippines, if they have a permit, and the answer probably is no. Just want to this is what I know about the Philippines. And people were saying that also I want to mention about they were constructing the road, for the new Consing land. I think that's Mike and May. And they were saying that they don't have a permit or license to open the road or something like that. You have to remember, this is the mountain. It's up in the mountain, and then most of the time, things are getting deals with the barangay. As long the barangay is okay with it,
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, but
there's no record. There's not going to be a record in the municipal because, first of all, it's a province. They are so bad in keeping record, and they keep saying that the certain, they don't have a permit for this and that for the fish pond or anything. Those are. Is it true that they don't have a permit? Maybe they don't. Maybe they do, but you're not going to find it because they are so poor in keeping record in the Philippines.
yeah, but
That's the truth.
if I understand it correctly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking the questions. So, as I asked earlier today, if you drill a new well now,
Yeah.
or digging a well, do you need a permit for it?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. If you go to the office in the municipality or in the community center and ask them
Mm-hmm.
to issue one, they will just look at you. What are you doing here? Go and dig the well. Don't bother us with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching some of the Filipino channel, and then they were I could not remember which charity channel is that. They were building a house, and they the guy said, hey, you live in this house, we're gonna renovate the house, we're gonna knock it down and rebuild it, but this your land? And then the person who lived there said, no, it's not our land, but they were okay by the barangay to live there. But of course, if the real owner come in and say, hey, you know what, time for you guys to go, they will knock down your property, your building, or your house.
Yeah,
That's how it worked in the Philippines.
yeah. As
Uh,
long as you don't do any damage for somebody else around you, it's probably okay.
yeah, yeah. A lot of things, it's okay.
You can find because it's all day reading Philippine law on Google if you like,
Hmm.
but it don't apply.
And I want to go to what Breavis was saying, that you can report it to the PNP, to the NBI, to all the government, and you see that nothing is happened. Because why? Because first of all, it's they are kind of short on funding, so they are kind of locked in manpower. So can you imagine that how many people in the Philippines, that everything is so kind of slow, take time. And I at one time I was watching a Senate hearing. That's my favorite part, was watching the Philippine Senate hearing, and you'll be amazed. It would take them like a whole day, and then the it's almost like you hear the whole thing for the whole day. It's almost like nothing. Nothing really happened, because it's a lot of just like chit chat talking, sidetrack, side story. So you can imagine how, if you have a case, that's why it's going to take very long. You have to understand, like Brevis was saying, you cannot compare Philippines to the other, like Australia or US or other country or UK. It's not gonna, it's not gonna work that way. So let me ask Brevis now. Your meeting with Geoff Mead. What's your impression of Geoff Mead? Brevis. The screen froze. Hey, Brevis, did you hear what my question?
It's coming through really choppy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now we can hear you, because it kind of freeze for a second. Now
Let me sign out.
Okay, all right. So Stacy, what do you want to share? What do you want to share? Anything?
Now let me ask you this. This is the first thing.
We didn't hear what you're saying, Brevis. You want to repeat that again?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
It's kind of choppy. Why don't you go ahead, Stacy? Do you want to say something? I want to give everybody a chance. You want to share something?
Yeah, speaking of that road, now I can't speak for the Philippines, but I can speak here in the U.S. Before I lost my dad, he owned his own business. He owned a track hoe. And a lot of his customers, all right, I'll give you an example. My customer that lives, I'm sorry, my neighbor lived, well, he owned some land not too far from us. And he had to do some digging but he had to go to the Corps of Engineer to get a permit to even do some digging on his land. But my question is, when Mike done that road, do they got to have permits there? I don't know. I'm just asking, when Mike done that road there. Because a lot of places here, you got to have permits or go to the Corps of Engineer and say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Do they got to do that there?
Well, they as I understand, they already have, I think, talked to the barangay, and they all agree, even to the rice field owner, that they agree. But actually, for me, what I'm seeing, I'm not there, so it's really hard to to talk about it. But from what I'm
Yeah.
seeing, according to the video, the rice owner was actually occupying the road, because he owned the right side and the left side, and the centers, the middle should be the road. And it's just like over the years, everything got occupied with the
Yeah.
rice field. So what I'm saying is the rice owner was actually illegally covering the road. Now they go to the barangay and everybody agree that they're going to open the road. So I don't see really a problem. And I also want to point out that I just, I think this is, Mike and May have commented that they do have, the property, the title, they do have it. So I don't know what's the big deal of, keep bringing it up. This is there. It's there, it's really none of other people business. The purchaser, the owner, are happy with what they got. So that's what I want to share it with everybody. To answer you, Stacy, as long they got the okay from the barangay, it's good. That's how
Okay.
it works in the
Yeah,
Philippines.
probably.
Okay.
Probably. But
All right.
you don't need permits and all kinds of shit for the smallest thing, even if it's written in law.
Yeah.
Yep. My girlfriend there built a cube along the national highway, and the garden on somebody else's property. The owner didn't know. They even came there and looked at it. All right. Yeah, no complaints.
No big deal. Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
She asked if she needed approval from the barangay to sell drinks. If you're going to sell liquor, the barangay captain said, you come here and I make it one for you.
Oh, okay.
But if you're selling beer, like you're selling Red Horse, for the guys that like that, sitting there drinking,
Uh-huh.
no problem.
Mm. Yeah. Things,
It's
it's easy. It's very easy.
Philippines seems to be one of the last countries that have some sort of freedom.
Yeah.
Here you soon have to be certified chef to make food in your own kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Philippines is very easy. Sometimes foreigner doesn't understand that, and then I find it.
I don't say that everybody should go there and exploit it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Filipinos do themselves. They have these laws, rules, regulations, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing much to make so much fuss about.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a couple of pigs in the backyard, or you have a flock of chickens in your backyard, everybody have that. And they don't have a permit for it. But if you have a poultry with 10,000 birds, or a piggery with 50, 100 sows, you will probably have
That's a different story. Yeah, that's a different story.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
there's a place. There's a
then,
place.
and it depends on where is it. Is it out in the jungle somewhere, far
Yeah,
from people? Nah, not so important.
right. That's right.
But if it is more populated, well, you probably need one because people will complain about smell and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
why you're right, Severe. That's why I'm saying, we should just leave Mike and May along with that, about the
There's no
land, the
if
title,
if
or
if,
the
if,
road.
if it's true, and it should be because it's public information that Brian have outstanding tax liens in the U.S. And if he had answered or falsely answered on his 13A application and said, now he have an income and he have no outstanding claims where he come from, that's a case for the BOI. And if they didn't see it or check it when they handled his application, it's their own fault. So then you need to have somebody to go to the BOI, ask for permission to check that application again. And GD Mead cannot do that.
No, that's
You have to,
private
then you have,
information.
yeah, you have to get a lawyer and have to go to the court and get that permission to check.
And you have to have a probable cause. You cannot just say, "Hey, I want to check your,
Yeah.
your information."
You
There's
need,
no way. You need the judge to open that. You need to have a probable cause.
exactly. And then GD Mead walk around there in his funny hat and talk shit in offices. Doesn't help anyone. Because he don't know how to behave.
Mm-hmm.
And when he come home, he said, all right, I have done my job here now. I've been to all these offices, expressed my concern, show them evidence or the evidence that he have, and now it's up to them. So why isn't it up to them? When they say, okay, now we don't do anything about it. It's not a big issue for us. Leave it at that. Now he going off the rails.
As always.
And want to go after the mayor. Yeah, I said, good fucking luck with that.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
See, the thing is, Severe. The thing here is, like you were saying, that there were certain things are very easy. In the Philippines, like permit, licensing is kind of easy though. But one thing though, don't make a mistake about it. If you're a foreigner, you try to get involved in Philippine politics. So when I saw the video that Geoff was saying that he's gonna go to the press and then expose this mayor of Taliban,
Yeah.
and it was just stupid.
And he will also
saying everything.
he will also contact other politicians.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting, Sabir. And he said he's gonna contact the opponent of Mayor Garcia, and
Yeah.
then gonna give him all the tools, for to maybe to rant about the mayor. Now
Yeah.
you're getting yourself in deep shit trouble because you're getting into the politics now. This is they don't tolerate. They can be tolerated with other things, but you getting into politics of the Philippines, it's a no, no, no. You don't get into that. Now he's exposing himself, and then I don't know if the supporters still gonna say, it's okay. So he's like he's putting himself above the law. He's like he's the god. He can do everything. The rule for thee is not for me. That's what according to it. This is not taking a shot at him, but just trying to explain to other foreigners. So you have to understand. Don't get into Philippine politics, because that will get you in the.
Yeah, I've been in this shit before, so why is he doing it again?
Yeah.
And he said, all these claims. Why didn't he show anything that actually prove his case?
He was actually exposing himself when he was showing all this film, like he go to certain things and then contacting the mayor. He was exposing himself. Now the mayor know who's the troll.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is just a common common sense.
Yeah, but so many. Why did he invest in Brian's fish business? Which is against the Constitution, as he say. He did, by providing funds for equipment for use at the fishing pen, didn't he? That's an investment, and it's an illegal investment. If you go to the law, as G.D. Mead likes to do, even if he was butthurt that the money didn't go to the equipment that he provided, it's still an investment in an illegal business, according to G.D. Mead. And it is. A foreigner cannot engage in the fishing industry in the Philippines unless you are a very skilled specialist in one of the biologists or something, specialist in fish farming. You can.
Let me point out that.
But you cannot own it.
Yeah, let me point out though, they're very, very strict though in the Philippines about the fishery. So that's one of the kind of like.
Then if you're breaking the law, like if I'm driving too fast and my neighbor's also driving too fast, I cannot complain about my neighbor. It's like that.
Let me ask you though. You make very great point, Sivir. But let me ask you though. Okay, so he sent Brian like I think 7 is it 7 or 750 Australian dollar for the generator, right? So we all know the story. I don't want to go back again, repeat that, right? And then they go back and forth, and Geoff said, Brian said, okay, I'm going to send it back to you or something like that, and then we seen that he tried to send it back, but under his handler name, so he know that it's not going to go through anyway.
No, but if Brian was genuine and honest, he would just go back to where he collected the money.
Exactly.
And return it.
That's my point. Yeah.
So there is, of course, Brian is a crook. There's no doubt about that. He do anything he can to grab some money because he had none.
He's on survival mode. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that they go back and forth with that things, right? So
Yeah.
now, and then Geoff said, I don't want that money back. If you want, you can, why don't we settle this? You can just donate it to a charity, right?
Yeah.
That's what they would try to agree upon. And then, so this is my question to you and the panel. For me, I think that's already been paid off because of why? We all know that because of Geoff was, of the channel, that, attacking Brian Smith, he generated a lot of super chat. This is I have discussed this with the Breavis. It generated about 2,000 or 2,200, I believe, Australian dollar, and sent to
Oh,
BPP.
American dollar.
Huh?
Google pays in American dollars.
I don't know the let's not nitpick on the number, right? So let's say 2,000 American or Australian dollar, but what I'm saying, it's more than 750 that he sent to Brian, right? So to me, that's already been paid off by the viewers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still. He said he doesn't want the money anyway in the first place. He said donate it to a charity.
Yeah.
And now he did get that more than enough. The viewer reward him more than that. Right?
Yeah. But remember, that channel, GD Mead was against monetizing it. He didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody have suggested to him that if he monetized it, he could use the money and give it to charity.
To the poor. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
A good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But and we did that. But of course, you could do it a lot simpler than that. You could just tell people, don't donate to me. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't want your money.
Yeah.
Donate. I will provide a link in the description in the video
Right.
where you can donate your money.
Right.
So Google don't take 30%.
Exactly, right?
You don't have to monetize. But he did. But also, to get over 1,000 subscribers and keep it there, they were bought 400. I don't say who did it, but it was done. So it's not 1,430. It's 9. He's not 1,000 subscribers yet.
So you're saying
probably now he have passed it, but
all right. So you're saying that they buy extra 400 subscriber, right? So all right. So but that's okay. I don't
it's probably not okay because it's cheating.
Yeah, it's cheating. But when I say it's okay, this is my point. I was trying to say. Brian Smith make a video about that. Brian Smith had to make a video, and he was saying that showing that why is all of a sudden there's a big jump on the view. This impossible. Like he was averaging like 1,000 or 2,000, all of a sudden jump into 26,000. That's impossible in one day, right?
Yeah.
And then I went there and I commented, and I also commented on his live stream. I commented, I said, if you guys remember, probably you will remember, or Stacy will remember, I am probably the only channel that keeps saying I don't believe Brian was buying view, and you guys were against me, but I hold on to what I believe. I don't think he was buying view. I was the one. So my point here is But do you remember that, Severe? I was saying that I don't believe Brian was buying view. Do you remember?
Uh, I think he's doing a lot of shit.
No. Do you? But the question is, do you remember? I was the one who was saying that I don't believe he was buying view. Do you remember? I make a video that saying that I believe. Stacy, do you remember?
I remember you saying something about that, something
Yeah.
about Brian didn't buy viewers or whatever.
Right. Okay, I just want to point out because I still, I did not delete all the video of Brian. I just put in private. If people want it, I can still, bring it out. But I said it. But what I'm trying to point out that I don't, I wrote on the live stream of Brian. I said, Brian, even then, even back then, that's what I mean is even when I was kind of uh, trying to make video about him, I said, even then, I'm the one. I'm probably the only one refused to say that you're buying view, but it was your video about Geoff 26,000 was very good, something like that in that terms. And then when he read about that, and then he said to me, he said, like, don't try to suck up on me now. you know he said, don't try to suck up on me now. You can still watch the video, right? I don't really care of your opinion, and then all your email to me, doesn't mean anything. I don't care. You are just like your channel is just like it's generating troll people viewer. This is what you can watch the video. Don't take my word for it. Watch the video. But what I'm saying, and then I said, I take the high road. I said, you know what? I don't need to suck up to you, and no need to. But you have a good day. I just simple like that. I live it. But you know what? It's okay. When he said that towards me, do I get angry? I'm not angry. I was shocked. I was shocked that I think he was like, for me, he was really living in a bubble that he believed. I mean, that he believed that he's having a amazing life. But what I'm seeing, I just feel bad for a foreigner living in that kind of condition, like what Breavis was just saying.
Hmm.
So that's my point. I don't, I'm not, if I were, let's say, if I were somebody else, if I were like maybe Geoff, and then I would say, oh, you want to play that game? I'm going to come back and expose you again. But I'm not going to do that because I keep my word. I keep my word. I said, I'm done with making Brian video, and I'm not going to go back. I don't want it. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch and make a reaction video. Anyway, so I just want to bring that point, so people will understand. And then the thing is, the troll will say, why are you getting out of this? I thought you don't want it. I really don't want it. But I like to study people. I like to study people. At the same time, I want the other people, like a new viewer that come in, to understand what's going on between Geoff and Brian. Let them decide if they want to hang on to whichever channel. But that's just my point. I want the truth. I want to tell the truth, and I don't like to when somebody's fault spread like a false narrative. I don't like it, and I will make sure point that out. I want to make a quote from a conservative justice, Clarence Thomas. This is what he said. I really love this quote right here. I just saw it the other day. He said, you could be in the middle of a hurricane, or you could be on a calm day, north still north. And then people can yell at you, north still north. It doesn't change the fundamental things. And in this business, right is right. Even if you stand by yourself. I mean, I love that. That's because that is my principle. I always
everybody here is in title of their own opinion.
right.
But which one opinion is right? And I think both G.D. Mead and Brian is wrong in different ways. They make themselves out to be something they're not.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
G.D. Mead know squat about farming,
Mm-hmm.
law enforcement, and how you conduct yourself in public. Brian knows squat about farming. He's a total loser in everything he do. He have tons of people trying to help him out. He show don't learn anything, always choosing a bad solution instead of taking a good solution. So what is it for? Now we have Breavis describing the conditions they're living in. Who wants to live like that? I'm sure Brian don't want to live like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
There's something obviously wrong there.
right. Stacy, do you want to chime in? Your opinion on this?
Nah, I really don't have much questions. Right. Yeah, I do have one question right quick, but it's nothing to do with well, it does do a little bit with Brian. All right. Let me get this straight. I know this is kind of off topic, but Sverre brought it up a while ago, talking about Brian's back taxes or something like that. When you send off for your passport, well, when you get your passport, don't they have to do a background check on you?
Yeah.
Okay, but if he had back taxes, would that catch up on him or anything like that?
Yeah.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Don't they have to do some kind of a background shit?
Did they check? Did they check that and got that confirmed? And that wasn't big enough violation to deny him the 39.
Okay.
Yes,
Right?
that,
It's public information. So if they didn't check, it's just sloppy work from BOI.
Mhm.
Isn't it?
Stacy, to answer your question, it's been a while, since I did my passport, so I really don't know. But those are basic thing. This is what I will tell you. If you have something like let's say driving record or something like that, let's say file bankruptcy, it's not going to show for for applying passport. I don't think you're going to apply for U.S. passport. They're going to ask you, have you filed for bankruptcy? This is not. This is civil. It is almost like a civil thing.
Okay.
And filed for bankruptcy.
It's not going to come up. But let's say for felony, if you have a felony charges, I'm sure it would. That would be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure they will ask you if you have a felony case.
I checked that. I checked.
Mm-hmm.
Countries you can apply for visas and arrive to, even if you have a conviction and a previous felony, let's say you go to jail for a couple of years, and they let you go. That will be on your record, but you can still go to the Philippines.
Okay.
But try to go to China. Not so.
Oh,
It's
I
all
didn't know.
depends.
See, I just thought, let's just say if Jimbo owes $500,000 on taxes or whatever, child support, and he applied to get out of the country of America, they say, no, you can't do that because you owe money. I thought that's why they do it, to do a background check on you, make sure you don't have a criminal record or owe a lot of money and trying to flee the country or something like that. I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that should be checked by the BOI.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody wrote in a comment that he was wanted by the some immigration border control, whatever, in the US. I haven't seen that, but if that's the case, BOI have a job to do.
Yeah, here's the thing between me and others. I don't
But
like.
it's not GD Mead's job to do that.
Right.
That's a lawyer. As I said earlier, a lawyer have to go to the BOI or go to the court first, ask for permission, a court order, go to the BOI, get that application that was filed to them, go through it, see if he have given them false information, they can retract it. And they will. Court will order them to.
Yeah, that's what I like I said.
That's why GD Mead go, I don't need a lawyer, I don't need this, I don't need that. He cannot have access to anything. That's the point.
All right, let me ask. Stacy just went out. I was going to ask.
I'm sorry about that, Jim. I can hear you.
No, I was going to ask you though. Will you have a background in farming, right? You have a background in farming.
Yes.
Can you just tell Doc M? I'm not gonna let him in because he's like I said, you only invited are coming in. He tried to keep coming in. I'm not gonna let him. I'm sorry, I don't know who's Doc M first of all, and then like I said, I have to read. I have to invite you before you come in. Anyway, my question to Stacy: you have a farming background. Would you like to live in Brian Smith place? Do you picture yourself there? In his place, do you picture yourself there? Would you be happy and live the life like like he was saying?
Not really, to be honest. No, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and bash Brian, but no,
I
personally,
understand.
no.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm here to tell you, I'm here to tell you, like, farming is like going to the casino. You're either going to hit, you're either going to win or you're going to lose. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. Now, my boss, he's a very good farmer. He's got that green thumb. And I have seen him lose crops. And let's just say if he books corn for $7 a bushel, all right, at 100,000 bushel, they'll pay him for that. See, I didn't know that at first, and I was told when a farmer books their corn, they get paid right then. So one year, my boss had booked some wheat. He got paid for it, and we got a frost and it killed it. So he told me himself he had to pay back several thousands of dollars. Had to pay it back because he lost his wheat. So farming is risky. You got what Brian calls blight. I know what it is, but I can't really explain it because I don't hear much about it anymore. Farming is tough. It's a headache. It's a nightmare.
You have to go all in. You have to go all in.
Yeah, you got to go all the way in.
Yeah.
But also, you need to know what you're doing.
Yes.
Farming. And as I say, Brian, I don't see much of his channel anymore because it's so. Oh, I'm taking it in my head. What the fuck are you doing? Right. So it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit here, a little bit there. there's no volume of anything that can carry some profit.
Uh-uh.
A couple of boxes of beans, a little bit tomatoes, little bit, it will never make it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
have
you
to
got
have,
the
you have to have continuity.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
think about it, Severe. He's got to pay for himself. He's got a family to support. All
yeah,
them people working out there,
yeah,
and
but
trust me, it adds up.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
it adds up. But you
but
need. That's why I'm saying you need to know what you're doing.
now I
Keep the costs down. You need to grow simple crops that actually pay, and you
yep,
have to do the job yourself.
exactly.
You cannot hire half the barangay
No,
weeding in your fields.
uh-uh.
They charge you 350 a piece a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes straight from your bottom line. And it's when you look at it, they say labor is cheap. But is it really?
so is the profit. The labor chip, so is the profit.
Yes,
Yeah. And all of that labor is paid by the profit.
Exactly. That's why I
And when
always lost.
you have covered your expenses, there's nothing left. As I tried to explain to yeah, Filipinos, is not easy because many
But
of them,
but
what
the thing is,
I don't understand, what I don't understand is logic.
I was just watching before I come on. I was just watching Brian latest one. It was the profit and loss, and then I did not watch the. I have to admit it. I did not watch the whole video. I was just trying to catch if I can catch to see how much is it. Did he generate an a profit or not? I did not hear him say, but he was saying that it's getting better. It was getting better,
Yeah.
but I don't know how many profit and loss video that he already made, and I was wondering why he did not include the YouTube income to the profit and loss, because YouTube is part of the the farming business. Uh, he have shared that he
I'm
has
wrong.
been
Yeah.
he's been working like sometime work 8 hours just to upload a video. I think but he kind of forget to include the. But that's his business. That's not my business. I'm just saying. Uh, so basically, he was doing that. It's for his YouTube business, and we all know the money is from the YouTube business. The farming is not. And then I just hope that more and more foreigner don't try to think that you can be smarter than Brian Smith, and you can
Yeah, you can.
make
Well,
money. That
it don't
that's
take
a
much to be smarter than him.
that's
I
a
think that's right away.
suicidal with your hard-earned money. I'm not bashing Stacy. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying this. I'm not bashing Brian Smith. I'm just saying the truth. I think
yeah.
Stacy understand that. Uh, the other thing, the other day, I have another one. His name is Rono, I think, with a number, something like that. And then he was saying that he tried to reach out to Brian Smith, to get information, because he bought a property in Bohol, not too far from him. I think it's in Taliban, and he want to do a business, and that kind of scares me. That kind of scares me, and he said Brian kind of ignore him. I don't know if this Rono is a real person or not, or maybe he was just a troll or tried to set up Brian Smith or on something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but it's kind of frightened me that there's still people. If he's a real person, but he said he claimed that he had met Marcel and Gina in town, so I assuming he's a real person. uh, and tried to invite him over. I said, don't. I would like to invite you for a chat. I when I offer people to come on a live chat, I always said, we can do it recorded, and I can release it for the public to see, or we can just do it, off the record, that we don't have to share it to the public. But this recording will be shared to the public, of course. Just, I mean, you guys know that anyway, But so what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to, invite people for a private chat for the view. Stacy, you know that,
I know.
because you know that we are not making money, here.
No,
Especially, you don't take super chat. I don't take
no.
super chat. Severe doesn't have a channel, and the money that you're making is through super chat. You're not getting money on view. View is nothing, almost like nothing, right? It's all
Yeah,
about the
well, just
super chat.
go to Social Blade and look at it, and it pays nothing. So you ain't gonna make no good living off
Yeah, so when
YouTube.
people were saying that, oh, you're just doing it for view, it's just, I have nothing to argue. When they call you out, like, you're just doing it for view, they really have no common sense. And we all know
Yeah,
that why you're doing it, because you're doing it because just to, to expose Jeff. We all know
yeah,
why you're doing it, right?
But
uh,
That's your motivation,
it has to be a little bit. Um, so they have a little bit resistance
Mhm.
when they go out and being like GD Mead and Brian, because they're both wrong.
Yep.
Brian is not a good guy, and GD Mead is not a good guy.
Unfortunately, they are just playing for the for
They you see, they make themselves to be something they're not.
and people think that I have changed on my view on Brian Smith. I said it many times to my viewer. I have not changed. The only thing that changed is because I start feeling feel bad for the children, for both Charlie and
Yeah.
Blake. And I just feel like, and also I've been trying to expose him for like 2 years. Hey, enough is enough. I just my saying. And beside, I'm I'm just wasting my time. I gain nothing. I gain, what do I gain by doing that? I try to warn people. I try to warn donors or viewers, but what do I gain back? I gain is troll. That's all. That's all that is. So I'm just getting tired. I'm getting out. I don't want to, do that anymore. I'm just doing my reaction video and going back. That's why it's funny though. I was just trying to engage with Raymond. I was trying to
Hmm.
answer Raymond because he said, you if you're really sincere about about Brian Smith, you should make an apology. I said, I'm not. That's why I invite Raymond to come to a private chat so I can explain. But he did not. He did not respond to me. So what really is that sometimes we just have to just like me and Stacy, we have we go back and forth before, but then we decided, hey, you know what, let bygone be bygone, be a man, let's just move forward. And we both agree. So I think that everybody should just be that way. And I offer Brian Smith my piece. Obviously he doesn't want it, and it's the same thing I did offer Jeff. I tried to reach out to him when I like when I say withdraw my support for Jeff. I did contact him, and to have a chat, because I want to see if we can I can be the bridge, maybe settle between Jeff and him. But obviously they don't want it. Both doesn't want it, because they want they want the drama. They want to to continue to get accepting super chat. I'm saying both of them, you know. So it's up to to you, the viewer, if you want to, you know, continue patronizing, you know, supporting this, you know, this whole
Support,
event, you know,
support the drama.
support the drama. It's up to you, you know. Anyway, so that's just my.
You know, it's both channels now. It becomes so boring
Mhm.
that I just prefer to look at my washing machine. That is the same.
Yeah, basically, yes.
It goes that way, and now it goes that way, and now it's go. Oh, fun! Hey, I go that way again. It's the same.
Why do you think Geoff have to bring other people in? You know, he always have to bring. He had to have fight with somebody else. You know, fighting with Stacy,
Always,
fighting with me.
but
It's
it,
always somebody.
I wanted to, but Stacy is here. When GD meet, not so much lately, but calling you a monk, but now that's the name of everyone. It's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But a GD meet, and I have done this to several people, calling them out, telling them they are pedophiles, doing this and doing that, go to the police.
Just
File a
report it.
complaint. File a complaint.
Yeah.
Your police will take it. They will send it to Interpol. Interpol will send it to the casino police, and whips. GD meet is gone.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
No,
this this police sergeant in casino told me, if you're going after GD meet, that's the way to do it. This Mitchell, or what's his name was. So I would, if he called me a pedophile in public, he would be, he wouldn't know what hit him.
but you know what? You know, like Stacy was saying, he seems to be scared of you or something. I don't know. You know, seems like he was the one that.
GD Mead is scared of the truth. That's why he never attacked me.
Mm.
I handled guys like that before, and no match.
Okay. I love it. No much.
He's like my ex-wife when he run a tantrum. No match. You just the door is over there. Please close it when you leave.
Yeah. That's funny. You know, he always called everybody like Mong. You know, they said this Mong are using his name. Why are you using my name? Because you're nobody. You're using his name. But at the same time, people forget that he was using Brian Smith. You know, what is GD? Why can he? Like I said, why can he start a channel? Just doing a charity. Why can he do that? Or just show his workmanship? You know, his skill in woodworking. Why don't he do that? And then ask people to see if they're gonna come and support and give him super chat so he can donate it to the charity of his choice, right? But no. He mixed it up. He used Brian Smith name, and then at the same time, hey, you know what? Oh, thank you, Michael, for the $10 super chat. That's amazing, you know. And he called.
They both should. Yeah, I don't know, but they don't do that well. Brian is dead, more or less. His channel is more or less dead.
Yeah.
But what made earlier to now, all these channels exposing him have taken his money away. And that was the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose was not to get Brian in jail. or anything like that, like GD Mead tried to do.
Mhm.
That will never happen.
It's not going to happen. I said it already. It's not going to happen. And people were just like, whatever, I can understand. I'm sorry that Breavis is not with us. He has a problem with his internet. Obviously, he keep freezing, freezing on him. But anyway, he just like he I forgot what I'm gonna try to say though. Let me see if I can. I have some note here. Yeah, he keeps trying to tell his viewer something's going to happen to Brian Smith. He's going to be deported, he's going to go to jail or something, with all the violation after violation. But actually, I've said it many times, when you are doing that, you are exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself. So whatever he's saying about Brian Smith, he's exposing himself here. People now, I'm finding that like Sabir was saying, what happened to your two lawyer, right? What happened to your two lawyer? It's just like he kept go on and play a story, and then nothing happened. Nothing's going to happen. 10 years from now, he will still try to sell you that he's going to go to jail or be deported, and nothing's going to happen.
So, but now he's have a just posted a short that he will not be on YouTube before he's back in the Philippines. Oh my!
It seems like he has a pattern though. He will make a very outrageous claim, and then he disappear for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then he'll come back with another story. It seems like a pattern. I don't know if you guys have noticed though.
There's always something. It's
Yeah,
like it's like an ex-wife. There's always something. They never stop.
Yeah. So what Stacy?
It doesn't matter what you say, Jimbo. It's your fault. All of it.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. See, the thing here is the thing. Like Breavis was just saying that he talked about with Geoff Mead, and then Geoff share some kind of information, but he's not going to share it with us here out in the open. And I respect that, because I have said it this many times. When I talk to people, I talk to many people privately, and let's say if we have a fallout later, if you tell me something that you said, hey, this is off the record, just between you and me, even we have a fallout later, I'm not going to share it. I keep my word. I'm not going to share it. But that's not the case of Geoff. Every time he's mad at you, he throw everything. Whatever you talk to him in private, he would throw you off the bus, and he adds some more, right?
Yeah.
In the case of Breavis, and we all know. Actually, I'm not going to share that he was also known as Salacio, and I know Salacio too, right? But it was Geoff who exposed Breavis on this one. He make a video and expose that Breavis was Salacio, right?
Funny thing, if you have a question about what he's doing and have an opinion that might be wrong, he kick you off. He's not interested in discussion on how to do stuff. He know best, and we all see where that go. Right? Out the back door. Forgotten.
Yeah. So I just hope that I know that it's whatever you say about Geoff, they're not gonna listen, right? It's the same thing. Whatever you said about Ryan, his supporters not gonna listen anyway, right? We all know that. But with Geoff, with Breavis, he kind of was upset with Breavis coming, having a chat with me, and then he just exposed a lot of things, I think that's the way he worked. If you're gonna say something about him or question about his being honest, he would just go hard at you to warn the other, would be. Look at John Paris, right? John Paris is a moderator, it's a his supporter, and then all of a sudden John Paris asks, can you show us the the paperwork you were claiming, and he got upset and he just trashing John Paris, right?
But John was right.
Yeah.
Why can't GD Mead do it properly?
Mm-hmm.
If you go there to an official office with a concern, as he called it, or a complaint, you will have that in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have it signed, and you will have a receipt that with a reference number.
Yeah.
So you can go back to them and say, hey, you, what's going on with this case now?
Mm-hmm.
I think now it's been a month, so I want to know if there's any update. And you can have that receipt. You can go to your lawyer with it. The lawyer can take it to the municipality and ask, hey, you, where's the result? What was your decision? We want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And the municipality would have no choice but come back to you with it and their solution to it. Now he just have talk.
So basically,
we don't know what the people in the municipality hall told Geoff or the police told Geoff. It's only him saying what they said.
It's all hearsay.
Yeah.
It's all hearsay,
Yeah. So we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're lying as much before, this is lying too. Mm-hmm. Until he proves it's right. So John was right. I wouldn't go anywhere near a public office, and have anything without getting it in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Paper with a number. All you need.
Yeah, I also invite Jan Paris, to come for a chat, but he kind of declined. He said, I think he doesn't want to get into, the drama, something like that. So anyway, so what's your goal, Stacy? What's your goal now? I don't know what is Stacy plans to do. What is your goal, Stacy?
My goal I'm not understanding your question, Jimbo.
Yeah. Your goal, in regards to, you try to take Jeffrey down, or what is your goal?
No, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. Well, here's my question. Everybody, I'm just going to come out and say it. Now, like I say, I have nothing against Brian. The reason why I started my channel, nothing to do with Brian. It's just the way how Geoff bashes his family. Now, Brian's a grown man. He can do pretty well what he wants to do. But I'm just calling him out on his lies. Said he paid for 2 lawyers. Nothing. That what was it? That letter.
Yeah, probably fake.
Letter. Yeah. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. I'm either want him to put up or shut up. If you're going to do something, he said he would never open it. Why didn't he put it on camera? Him open it, showing proof that he opened the letter. He has proof because he can do the video and put it on the YouTube channel. Say, here, I opened it.
They remember now. They're all saying There is a lot going on in the background of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he on YouTube then?
I know it.
Get the fuck off then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't bother people with your stupidity.
Yeah.
Do your homework, do it properly, and get the man fucked off if that's what you want.
Yep.
Mm.
You don't have to tell everybody on YouTube that here's the tough guy. Well, he's just a short, fat guy with a lot of tattoos. It's not impressive at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would get impressed by him, by GD Mead walking the streets. I've seen, you know, remember he called every Filipina that let her husband or boyfriend go alone
Mm-hmm.
a slut. So he calls his own wife a slut. Hey, because he was allowed to go alone to the Philippines. And he's the guy, you know. I didn't see any women flocking around him.
I didn't either.
But, you know, his wife, this guy's thing don't work anyway. So he can go.
Okay. Let's just leave it at that. Let's not go any more farther because I have I have a strict rules here. Let's just go. Not gonna go into deep. Not go into deep.
That's just for the purpose of insult, right?
Okay.
But I have to go. I need to go to the airport.
Okay.
And pick up some foreigners coming.
Good for you. You know, I appreciate your time, Severe, and I appreciate Stacy time. And let's see how's the public react.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's wait for the storm.
And then also thank you, Breavis, for joining. I
wish he could have stayed on a little longer.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Just go to the bunker, just in case of the cybercrime unit and the helicopters coming.
Okay, we gotta watch it. Have a good Sunday, guys.
All right, y'all too. All right, Sverre, have a good one. Breavis, I wish he could have stayed on a little longer, but he couldn't. But anyway, thank you, Jimbo, for having me on.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Happy 4th, Stacy. Happy 4th.
All right, happy 4th to you too, Jimbo.
Take care. Bye, Severe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.